So do you think there's a parallel between what it takes to be good at surfing, finding your balance, finding the way? Is there a parallel between jiu-jitsu training and surfing that you see or connect with?
I don't think so. I know so. Surfing culture, it's very also like based on rules, almost like a martial art format. It's based on rules, unwritten rules, but rules, you know, and also it's very physical. Like you have to pretty much sometimes deal with near death experience. I think almost every surfer dealt with near death experience if they got decent in surfing. It's my case, and it's the case of probably 90% of people that surf. I think the connection is not even just physical connection that requires you to be in shape, requires you to overcome. Sometimes, like you paddling and you can't go towards the break line, and then you're just getting smashed by waves, and you have to overcome. You feel like quitting, but you don't quit. You go. So all this is related, but I think it's more the rules and the culture. So in surfing, if you get in a wave, for example, towards the left, and then if you're like behind and the guy goes in front of you, that's totally unacceptable. And a lot of times when they do that, there will be some kind of conflict for sure, because this is kind of like the ultimate disrespect. As long as you are a local from the place. So these cultures are really related in regards to that. And man, like jiu-jitsu was super handful for surfers to handle their business.
Yeah.
So the influx of surfers going to jiu-jitsu was huge. It was way more than the other way around, but it happened too. It happened like the other way around, like people that used to just train jiu-jitsu and get to know surfers and go, you know what I mean? It was in Brazil easily the two cultures that were like more connected and parallel to each other by far, by any other martial art. Then when I got hooked to jiu-jitsu, man, it was natural that I would go to the Gracie Academy. That was like across the, like really close to my house and really close to the place that we used to surf. And then here I am still today. But it's funny that not just for me, but a lot of people got drawn into jiu-jitsu through surfing. It's the lifestyle. Surfing and jiu-jitsu, they're not only disciplines or sport. When you get to be serious in jiu-jitsu, you dive into that lifestyle. Surfing is the same thing. No, not necessarily that you're going to be a competitor or a professional. It's like you're always going to take this to your grave. It's part of who you are when you get in a certain point in surfing and jiu-jitsu. So it's way more into just the sport itself. It's about the everything else. People relate to that. That's the tribing thing. Jiu-jitsu is very tribal. Right. Surfing is as tribal as well. People start to belong to something. Everybody, as us human beings, we're social beings. So you want to belong to surfing. You want to belong to something that you fit in. A lot of times when people never fit in anything, and then they find jiu-jitsu, sometimes they got bullied at school, humiliated, they're socially oppressed, their ideas are kind of like, shut up, or whatever. When they go to jiu-jitsu, man, jiu-jitsu is a big equalizer. Nobody really cares. As long as you're there and doing your best, you're going to be part of the crew. So it's a good kind of confidence that changes people's lives. In surfing, it's kind of the same thing.